Good evening and welcome to this week's WCT Game of the Week. I'm Matt Hill along with my partner Mike Williams, and we are here at Independence High School where the Eagles are going to take on the Summit Spartans in what should be a pretty good district matchup tonight. The Summit Spartans are coached by Josh Goodwin. They come in tonight with a record of 7-12. This is Coach Goodwin's first year coaching in the district, and he's trying to get this team going. Summit's not really been a school that long, and they're really trying to get some things established here. Got a lot of young players, and he's very excited about so far how the season started. If we look at the Independence side, we got Coach Mary Beth White, and last year the Eagles had a really good team, had 4 seniors, and then one other starter who decided not to come back and play. But so she's basically rebuilding as well, and she's also a brand new coach here with the last year's coach left and went to another school. So we got really 2 brand new programs starting tonight here in Williamson County, and it should be a pretty good matchup. And here we see we're going to see the Independence Eagles starters. As we're going to have Katie Pierce, number 5, number 12, Avery Wharton, number 14, Reagan Croft, number 20, Gabby Wiggins, and number 25, Sydney Escobar. And again, not any returning starters. And we look at this roster, Mike, we've got a lot of young kids. We see here we've got 2 sophomores, 2 juniors, and 1 freshman starting. And the other thing not 1 freshman, 1 senior starting. And look at there, I see a whole lot of 9s in that. And Mike, you're a coach here at the middle school, at Grassland Middle School, and yes, when you got a lot of young kids, I'm sure that's a big challenge.
Huge challenge for both of these coaches tonight. Looks like both of them have to, like you said, start from scratch here, rebuild, and this is both of these squads, or this game is going to be on the coaches completely. So we'll have to see what happens as they get underway.
Yeah, I mean, Eagles got a little bit of a break being at home. I think we might have missed I might have missed the Summit girls. We got Haley Corbett, Tander Crawford, Zachariah Esmond, Sydney Forrest, and Shelby Penning. And here we're about set for tip-off. We've got Croft, and it looks like about to tip off. And Independence is going to control.
Summit setting up in a man defense.
See how long they say that. I know the Eagles the last couple of years have played a very fast-paced offense. A lot of different faces now, so man might be tough if they keep that same profile. Wharton passes the ball over, and Wiggins has it back over to Wharton.
Very nice help side defense by Summit so far.
And good ball movement right now by the Lady Eagles. Good first possession offensively and defensively for these ladies. Escobar couldn't connect. Rebound there.
It was Esmond on the board.
Now we're going to see the first, almost turnover. Thought there might have been a little reach in. Summit's going to take their first crack at it. And Summit will see if they're going to try to pound it inside, and they're going to get fouled. And I believe that's number 15, Haley Corbett, with the shot, and she's going to be going to the line. Or do they call that on the ground? Or on the floor. And there you see Coach Goodwin talking to. Oh, sorry.
First one clangs off the rim. It's always the bane for the high school player is foul shooting.
And, and I think it always helps if you can make that first one and get in some kind of a rhythm. Corbett almost makes the second one, then we got a rebound there by Croft. Nice play defensively there by Forrest. Forrest pulls up, can't connect, and it looked like Haley Corbett came in there and knocked it out of bounds, trying to make a play. And the Eagles will will take possession.
Coach White has to understand, or has to get these girls to understand, that you don't win or lose these games within the first 30 seconds of the ball game. Settle into your rhythm and let the game come to you.
Well, you know, you looked at that first possession, they really did. And since then, they have just been running and gunning and taking shots. Nice job, nice pass there by Crawford to get in the lane. And then she dished over to Haley and Corbin. And Corbin is going to take her next set of foul shots.
We watched Tiandra Crawford in warm-ups, and she is lightning quick. Little number 32 for Summit.
Yeah, she is all over the place.
Not the most physically imposing presence out there, but she is lightning fast.
You're no doubt about it. She was running and gunning. And you saw their ability right there to get it down that court very quickly.
There we have the first score, the first bucket of the game.
6-12 now. Summit leads by 1.
Summit coming out in a bit of a zone press.
Looks a little lackadaisical on it. And
on the Lady Eagles, or
and we see Forrest comes away with the ball for Summit, and there you see that speed by Crawford. If she's going to take it coast to coast, almost puts it in. Rebound Eagles.
Not going to run side by side with her.
No, you're not. I know I'm not. You might be able to.
There she goes.
Yeah, I don't know.
That should be a. That'll be. Well,
wow.
Thought it might be a guaranteed too.
She kind of slowed down a little bit, then she got kind of scared. And they look to be, both these teams, trying to gas each other here.
A couple of things that you'll find out at this level. Got to hit 3 free throws, got to hit layups. So far, very little of both.
Yeah, and Eagles got their first opportunity here to try to hit some of those free throws. And not going to happen. That is
Avery Wharton at the line.
Sister of Vic Wharton. Football commit to the University of Tennessee, 5:29. Summit leads by 1, and Wharton ties it up now. 1-1 here.
1-1. We've got our soccer score. Lady Eagles coming out with a bit of a full court man-to-man.
Oh my Lord. That was one heck of a shot by Crawford. You can definitely see the offense lives and die by her.
The zone press again by Summit.
Nice drive.
Broken nicely there.
By number 5, Katie Pierce. 4-3, Summit leads. We're trapped over there. It picked up her dribble, and Crawford now looking at a 3-on-1. Crawford,
should be
nice
automatic.
pass in to number 12. That is Shelby Penning, the freshman, 5'6". 4:42 remaining now. Nice little move again by Katie Pierce. Katie Pierce now with 4 points tonight. Crawford almost turns it over, comes back. Nice job of pushing it back over there to number 22, Esmond.
My goodness, don't blink or you'll miss Crawford.
No doubt. And that was headsy on the ground to push that ball over there and not just wrap it up.
Yeah.
And give up the jump ball.
Absolutely.
Because right now they've got the possession arrow.
Good basketball IQ so far. Like what I see. Very impressed with the young guard.
Crawford again. That looked like it was on from my angle. And that's going to go out of bounds. Nope. That was Golden tracking it down, did a good job of it, and we're going to have a foul on the other side.
Young players,
looks like Pierce is going to go to the line again.
Young players learn that when you're driving in on that left side, go up with that left hand, kiss it off the glass, and make it easy on yourself.
So I just go under the basket.
Instead of just going under the basket, right?
let it guard for me. Pierce misses the first. 4:07 now. Summit 6, Eagles 5. Pierce trying to tie it up. She does. That is her 5th point of the game so far. Katie Pierce been all the offense for the Eagles.
Trying to slow down Crawford with a bit of a man press there. Don't know how effective it's going to be, especially if she gets on a roll again.
Well, I think one way they're going to be able to slow them down is to score. And, seriously, oh, nice job there by Pierce. Pierce going to take it all the way and roll it in. 8-6, Eagles with their first lead of the night. Pierce with 7. But, you know, if they're able to score, that really cuts down on some of those transition points that they've been having.
Don't allow Summit to set up in their defense. Just run. A little bit confused defensively are the Lady Eagles.
And we got a reach in there on pinning. Kind of ticky-tack. Now you see Haley Corbett, you know, for a big girl, she can move pretty well with the ball.
Absolutely. Looks very nice. Some nice athletes out there so far.
That's not who I choose to throw it in right there. Inbound. There we go. Esmond with the ball. Over to Crawford. 3:12 now here in the first. Eagles lead by 2. Back over to Esmond. Corbett at the top. Back over to Crawford. Crawford's going to pull the trigger. Can't fire it, just a little bit long. Rebound nicely by Corbett. Way to fight in there. Back over.
I tell you, I sure would like to see my guard drive into the lane and dish with as fast as she is and with as good a passer as she seems to be, Crawford. She needs to be driving into the lane and kicking the ball as opposed to launching those 35-foot jump shots.
Esmond draws the foul. She's going to go to the line. I agree. And, you know, we saw that the one play where she kicked it down low to number 12, pinning, and they had 2 points.
She scored the layup there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That should be automatic each time.
8-7, 1-point game now, 2:44. We've got our first substitution of the night as number 32, Tia Cole comes into the game. Rebound Eagles by Galden. And there you see Katie Pierce, 7 points already for the Lady Eagles. Over to Galden.
Summit still in their man defense.
Croft back to Colorado. I know I'm not saying that right. Pierce going to drive.
Knocks it down.
She's going to put it in. 10-7 now. And it's been all Katie Pierce tonight. Nice pass by Corbett, not able to finish. Eagles going to track it back down. And that's the lady you want to get the ball in her hands. And she's going to drive the length of the court here. She almost loses it. And there she does.
She does lose it. Again, Crawford on the pick.
And they're going to have a foul on Pierce. And that's going to send Esmond right back to the line. 150 now. Oh, excuse me, I guess they called that on the floor.
On the old-fashioned box inbound play.
Stick with the classics.
It works great in practice. Nice.
Esmond, nice shot.
Pretty stroke by Esmond.
She's a freshman, 5'8", 137 now. Good pass. I love the give and go there. That's going to be Tia Claro with her first points of the night. 12-9 now. Eagles lead by 3. Esmond driving. She's going to pull up for another shot. Can't find it. Rebound by Corbett. She misses. Esmond with the offensive rebound and puts it right back up the glass. And the Spartans pull within 1. 12-11 now. 1 minute here remaining here in the first.
Nice little crossover dribble. Oh, couldn't finish.
Yep. That was Croft. Croft's brother is about, I don't know, 6'10".
Really?
And I'm not sure, if I remember correctly, he's a senior. But last year was his first year playing basketball. He was a golfer.
He was a golfer?
Yes. I'm pretty sure he was a senior last year, so you're not going to get to see him tonight. And there you talk about that penetration. Finds Esmond. Esmond unable to connect.
Not ready for it.
Rebound Pierce. 30 seconds now. They're not going to hold for it. I think Pierce was out of control, but she's going to draw the offensive foul anyways.
Crawford a little banged up on that play. She's coming down the floor limping a little bit.
Yeah, and you
Looks
see
like
right
she may
now,
have had her foot stomped on.
Be interesting to see how Summit's going to respond now. So we see number 10 come into the game. Ashton Arnold. And number 3, Carly Grandy. Arnold is a freshman, Grandy a sophomore. Pierce with the ball now, 26 seconds. Looks like they're going to try to set up and hold, take the air out of this thing, and hold for the final shot.
Got 2 double stacks way up top, right at the elbow.
Esmond guarding Pierce. 5 seconds now.
There it is. Oh.
Not going to happen. Rebound, got one. Got it off, but not going to happen. And that's going to do it here for the first quarter, where the Eagles lead the Spartans 12-11. Pretty good first quarter action there.
Not so bad. Not so bad. Started off a little shaky, but once the butterflies started to, went away, then we started to get into some nice action.
Yeah, you think about 1-1 for a good 3.5, 4 minutes, and then we just kind of had a little scoring explosion. You look at Katie Pierce over there for the Eagles. She definitely led the team in scoring. She had, about 7 points, I believe? And it was all offense for her. Did a good job driving and breaking down that Spartan defense.
Well, little Crawford is certainly the catalyst for the Spartans on offense. She could absolutely take over this game if she wanted to from the offensive standpoint. Looked like she got a little banged up there at the end of the first quarter, so
yeah, we'll see how that factors into this.
Not exactly sure what's going to be her status as the rest of the game goes on, whether that's just simply a stub toe or something that she can shake off, or is it something that is going to hamper her for the remainder of the contest.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be, if she's something where she's not able to continue, I think it's definitely going to be a huge factor in this game. We saw Esmond definitely was able to score, and Corbett as well, but a lot of that came off of what Crawford was doing.
She's out of the game right now.
Yeah, she is. Now we see Arnold,
Ashton
the freshman.
Arnold. Got a 5'3" freshman in there running the show.
And you can see she's trapped right now. Nice job by Corbett to Headsy, come from her low post position to pick that up. And I think we're going to see a steady dose of Corbett on the inside, and that was a really nice little turnaround jumper. 7:30 now here. Summit with the lead again. Pierce trying to take it coast to coast off the glass, can't find it. Rebound, that's going to be by Corbett again. And we wondered who was going to take over with Crawford not in the game, and I think that we've got our answer right there.
Our answer right
Haley
there.
Corbett. Only 30 seconds in the second quarter, and she's already all over the place, offensively and defensively.
Yeah, one of the things that Pierce needs to understand is, even though she has all of these points so far, she has to understand and realize that she has teammates. Yeah. And they can be a vital part of this game for her. And obviously, she's going to be the one they go to for the offense. So if they continue to key on her offensively, then she's got those dishes that she can give off to teammates and make easy baskets.
And a couple of times she's driven into some bad situations and gotten a little bit out of control, not taking
a little bit out of
good
control.
shots. But you can definitely see she is an excellent player. Arnold again across midcourt. Over to Hicks. Back to Penning. Penning looks like she's trapped, and she was. And that's going to be a turnover for the Spartans. And that's going to go up court to Wiggins. Wiggins back to Pierce. 7 minutes now here in the second. Pierce over to Wiggins, and Wiggins going to drive and pull up in the lane. Off the glass a little bit high.
Oh, nice box out.
No doubt. Corbett I'm impressed with what I'm seeing from her. Just a sophomore. We're going to see a lot of her here in Williamson County for the next couple of years. Penning fires, misses. I think that might have been travel. Nonetheless, Summit's going to take over. Arnold with the ball. Over to Grandy, and Grandy knocks down the three. 16-12 Summit. 6:30 remaining here in the second.
ISO for Pierce again. A little bit of a weave going on for Independence. Pierce wanting to take over.
Nice pass right there. You talked about it.
Nicely done.
Drive and dish, and we see Reagan Croft. 6 minutes now here left in the half. 16-14. Arnold over to Hicks. Pierce almost loses it, tracks it down before it goes across, and nice anticipation by Pierce. Easy layup, ties it up 16-16.
Coach White is sending 2 players after that guard as she crosses the half-court line. They're looking to trap over there in the corner almost every time.
Pierce, another 3. Summit is unleashing a barrage of 3-pointers now here.
Shelby Penning, I believe.
That was a nice job by Penny to reach in there. And they're going to have number 11.
Discover the bounce pass.
Yeah, Galvin stepped on the line.
Discover the bounce pass as you drive through the lane.
And now we see number 32, Crawford.
This is Crawford
and
again.
Edsman coming back into the game. The 2 main catalysts along with Colbert for Summit. And Summit, you know, they were out for that whole stretch here of almost 3 minutes. And Summit actually came back and took the lead. We'll see what happens now that they're back in the game.
Like Independence went to a little 1-2-1 zone there.
Corbett not able to hang on to the ball. And we are going to have a foul on number 3. That is Carly Grandy. 4:33.
Some of the fans thinking that the referees have swallowed a whistle or 2 here.
They have. And you know what, though? I don't have a problem with them letting them play a little bit. Because we've definitely seen it the other way, and it has definitely taken the air out of some things. And we're going to see Edsman puts the lay-in in. 5-point lead now for Summit. I believe that's the largest lead of the night for either team. Collard's going to try to drive, and you saw her look like she's a lefty. Should have gone right. Probably would have been shooting from the line to make it a 3-point play, but didn't happen. Well, they're going to call that on the ground. Or did they say she lost the ball?
I guess they lost the ball.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because they knocked down the short jumper anyway.
Nice shot there by number 12. That is Avery Wharton. Rebound there by Colorado. Wharton to Wiggins. Wiggins going to fire off the back of the rim. Hicks is going to come away with it. Well, no, she's not. Claro going to drive. You see that left hand on the right side again. Puts it in, and now
Crawford is hurt one more time.
Oh, man.
And this time she's in a
she's
considerable
down
amount
right now.
more pain than she was last time.
And now you think about it here. 3-minute stretch of the second quarter. To start the second quarter, Independence was leading in that 3-minute stretch. Didn't have Edmonds, didn't have Crawford in the game. And Summit got up by 3. Took the lead back, got it by 3, and you see Edsman and Crawford coming to the game. And the Independence is now pulled back within 1, and now Crawford is hurt again. So,
yeah, you wonder.
You look at this dynamic, you're thinking with those 2 on the floor that lead was going to get stretched.
Exactly.
Hope she's all right. She looks like she's in some pain. Maybe a high ankle sprain.
She might be nursing that ankle a little bit. Maybe aggravated a previous injury.
We see Ashton Arnold coming off the bench again. Oh, she's going, checking into the scorer's table.
This Summit team is doing a really nice job rebounding the basketball. A couple of times they've boxed out the Independence girls so well that the ball has fallen off the rim and bounced on the floor before anybody's able to get to it, which is a great sign of tremendous boxing out.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. You know, you're talking about not just boxing out. They were far away from the rim. They had them way
absolutely,
back.
Yeah.
You're right.
So you can tell whenever the ball goes up, those Summit girls are putting a body on the Independence girls and keeping them off the glass. So anytime you can limit your opponent to just 1 shot and not give them any second chance points, then you're doing a pretty nice job offensively or defensively.
We just saw Crawford kind of being helped into the
yeah, it looks like they might have to go ice down that leg or ice down the ankle or foot or whatever.
I hope that's all it is. Summit inbounds. 3:46 here in the second. Arnold's going to bring it across midcourt. Kicks it over to Esmond. Esmond to Arnold to Hicks. Hicks going to fire again. She's going to go way long. And Forrest is going to come in and try to grab that ball away from Wharton. And it's going to be a jump ball, and Eagles have the arrow.
Avery Wharton showing a tremendous amount of fight on that held ball. It's what you like to see out of your post players.
What do you think about that? Nice job there by
the trap.
Corbett to come away with that. That little press that Summit's doing out, I don't even know if you want to call it a press, a little zone half-court press. Doesn't seem like they're, being very aggressive. What's the main reason behind that, Mike?
Oh, why they're not being aggressive?
Well, I mean, not even that. I mean, is it like they're just doing it to try to do one more thing that the Eagles have to deal with, or is it
maybe I think
trying to cut off the fast break? What?
Probably trying to slow down Pierce a little bit and not give her open lanes to the hole.
That was a nice dish and an even better finish there by Edmonds. 23-20. And I like the position of the shot. You're in the lane.
Now we back up into our 1-3-1.
Wharton to Pierce. Pierce trying to set the offense again. Pierce going to try to drive. She's going to kick over to Wharton. Wharton's going to drive, pull up off the glass. Can't make it happen.
Whoops.
Rebound. Hicks almost stole that pass in the air. And what do we got there? Summit doesn't like it, so I'd assume it's
Coach Goodwin not too impressed with the call.
No, it didn't look like it at all. Pierce, top of the key. 2:22 now remaining here in the first half. Pierce drives, kicks out to Wiggins. Wiggs drives, kicks over to Wharton. Wharton's going to drive back over to Pierce. Somebody's got to take a shot here, and I don't think that's the shot that they wanted.
Forcing too much. Trying to do too much.
And, when they've got the ball, when they passed it back, they've been open temporarily. But nobody wanted to shoot. They drove in the traffic. Wharton now trying to set the offense. Under 2 minutes here.
Good.
Wiggins.
Good post up.
Over to Escobar. Back over to, I missed that.
Reagan Croft begging for the ball down there.
Yep. Croft drives, kicks it cross court to Pierce. Pierce is going to fire. Too long. Rebound Hicks. Hicks to Esmond. Esmond almost loses control.
3-on-2. This should be automatic.
Running floater.
Not so much.
Down to Pierce.
Pierce coming down. She should be automatic.
And it is 23-21. Summit leads by 1 now. Eagles keeping it close. Arnold to Esmond. Esmond to Hicks. You see Corbett calling for it down low. Esmond trying to get somebody to come pick for her. Arnold Hicks couldn't get it to her cleanly.
Good hustle, ladies. Good hustle.
Nice job there by number 25, Sydney Escobar. 51 seconds now here remaining. Wharton with the ball. Cross court to Croft. Croft's going to pass over to Escobar. Second, Mike.
Look for the good shot as the clock winds down. Don't launch up any prayers. Look for your easy shot.
No shot clock here. High school play. Under 30 seconds now. Eagles content to hold for that remaining shot. That almost was a foul there.
Missed that one.
By Esmond.
Missed that one.
And
well, no, he finally blew the whistle on that one.
I definitely think the one before that should have been called as well.
Probably.
16 seconds now. That is only the 16th foul for Summit. One away for the bonus.
Of course, if all the refs were as perfect as we were, we'd all have great games every
Yes, no doubt.
every week.
Wharton getting a little fancy with the dribbling.
Got to be aware of the clock here.
6 seconds now.
Still got to be aware of the clock.
3,
No.
2,
There
1. Got it off and didn't quite get the shot they were looking for. I think just like you were talking about, not quite sure what was happening there with the shot clock. But nonetheless, that's going to do it here, the first half action here at Independence High School, where the Lady Eagles are taking on the Lady Spartans. Right now the Spartans are leading by 1. I'm Matt Hill along with Mike Williams, and we'll be back with second half action right after this.
My name is Austin. Why I picked this book is why I picked Puppies is because it has really good illustrations and it had facts I never knew, and I just love the book when I read it.
Well, welcome back to second half action here at Independence High School. I'm Matt Hill along with Mike Williams, and you're watching WCTV. And if you're just now joining us, we're at Independence High School where the Eagles are taking on the Summit Spartans, and it's been one heck of a matchup. It kind of started off a little bit slow, 1-1 there for about 3 minutes, and then things just kind of got fired up. And now we're looking at a one-point game as we start off here the second half. Mike, what are your thoughts so far tonight?
Well, it seems like everybody's been playing good ball defensively. A lot of 50-50 balls, a lot of fight in these ladies. Crawford now, the little guard for Summit, back out on the floor. I talked to somebody at halftime, said she thought she was feeling better, and she came out at warm-ups and looked like she was running around much better, not as sore as she was after she, I guess, got stepped on or something like that. So we'll see if she can run the show again for Summit.
Glad to see her back out here. She was out almost the entire second quarter, and we just saw Shelby Penny shoot a shot from the corner to give the Spartans a three-point lead, and then we just saw number 5, Katie Pierce, with a push-off for the Eagles. Pierce definitely the go-to for the Lady Eagles. As Pierce tried to shoot it again, I think she had Corbett down low. She had dribbled in. Rebound Pierce. Pierce going to try to take all the way.
Forgot about the people behind her. Absolutely forgot about the people behind her right there.
And Esmond did not forget where she was. Nice move by Crawford. And you see the impact she's already having coming back here in this second half. 1 minute gone now, 7 minutes here remaining in the third. Wiggins over to Pierce. Pierce open.
Thought about it.
That drains it. A couple steps inside the arc.
She needed to have a hand in her face before she could hit the shot.
Pierce down low to Croft. Croft off balance. Fires it up. Blocking foul by Esmond. Esmond slow to get up. Hope she's all right. 6:40 now. Crawford will go to the line to shoot 2. Or excuse me, Croft.
She's providing some nice minutes for Coach White and this Independence lady squad.
And you think Croft is just a sophomore, Mike?
Just a sophomore. Nice stroke from the foul line.
4 of the 5 starters for Independence are all underclassmen. Only 1 senior, and that would be Sydney Escobar.
I guess that's a good news, bad news type of thing for Coach White.
No doubt.
Bad
Croft
news is
makes both, cuts it back to a 1-point game, 6:40. Full court press now by the Lady Eagles, and that's the person you want to run it to break it. Crawford all over the place, kicks back out to Esmond. Esmond back to Crawford.
She's got to be licking her chops when she sees that full court press, because she looks like she loves to weave in and out of those people.
No doubt about it, bobbing and weaving. If Corbett took that shot, I was going to. Forrest knocks down the 3. 30-26 now, 6:04, and I think all the starters for Summit are in the books right now on the scoring column. 4-point game, 5:55. A lot of passing, but not a lot of movement on that Eagles offense.
Looked like a reach in on Summit right there. I don't know if he's going to call that on the floor or on the, going to give him the shots. Looks like they're going to send him to the line. Well,
I think she was passing. Pierce with the ball, takes the inbound. Over to Wharton, to Croft. Croft's going to fire, and she's going to put it in. I didn't think that was going.
Tough shot. Coach White coming out with a full court press again.
Esmond's the pinning. Esmond's right down the middle of it.
Can't reach. Got to play defense with your feet.
That was exactly what you were talking about earlier that you wanted to see. Esmond does a nice job at driving and dishing down low to Corbett, who is in great position to put it in. 4-point lead again for Summit. 5:22.
A lot of reaching right there.
And not a lot of movement.
Not a great deal of movement.
Yeah, you saw that everybody's kind of leaning at the hip.
We see this a great deal at this age. A lot of put your foot on the gas, take your foot off the gas. Put your foot on the gas, take your foot off the gas.
If you couldn't tell, Mike is a middle school basketball coach.
I was talking to my guys about last night. Go 100%, 100% of the time.
I know Croft missed that shot, but I thought that was a nice, powerful move to the basket that she made right there. 5:10 now. Wiggins to inbound. We've got a hold on number 20, Kylie Hicks. I was right the first time, Kaylee. All right. I feel like sometimes when we do this, it's like the first day of school trying to get everybody's name right. Sandra? No, Sandra. All right, whatever.
A lot of standing around on defense for Summit right now.
They definitely are. You know, really offensively, a lot of standing around as well. He was last 2 times. You know, ladies may be getting just a little bit tired.
Get a lot of reaching fouls.
Yep. We saw a pretty clean first half, and now you look at Summit. Summit already with 4 fouls. Nice shot there by Wiggins.
Gabby knocks her first one down. Love good foul shooting. Jinxed her. Sorry, Gabby.
I like what Crawford did right there. She kind of slowed down and kind of bumped into the defender. Yep. Nice job again there. Number 23, Sydney Forrest, back to back. Hit her second 3 of the half.
Problem with Independence right now, they're trading 3s for 2s.
35-29. Pierce wide open, gonna drive, running floater, hits the front of the rim, gets her own rebound, kicks it back out to Wiggins. Wiggins trying to get the offense set again.
Again, good help side defense by Summit.
Yeah, Wiggins drove, and you saw the reach in by Penny. Penny reached up and grabbed her arm, commits a foul. And we're gonna see number 3, Carly Grandy. Guess not yet. Checks into the scorer's table. Wiggins.
Good job, Gab.
30-35 makes it a 5-point game. And there we see Grandy coming into the game for Penning. 4:10 remaining. That is actually, you know, and this could become a big factor here. That was Summit's 5th team foul, and that was a walk. Oh, no, they're not calling it a walk. All right.
Well, possession arrow back to Summit right there.
That is their 5th team foul, and you look at that. That could be a big factor here when you're talking about 4 minutes into the second half.
Absolutely, free throw shooting could become a huge factor here down the stretch.
And on the other side of it, you look at that. The Eagles have 0 fouls, team fouls. So they've got a few to give.
Back to their 1-3-1 now for Independence.
Well,
Got a steal out of it.
Yep.
Give it up, bounce pass, perfect, and lay it in. Excellent, excellent. Textbook, textbook.
Just the way he drew it up,
Absolutely.
Right?
Nice.
Nice anticipation there by Croft. Haven't really tried to work Colbert down low too much. Croft read that one like a book. Croft
Thought about it.
Yeah, it looked like she was going to pull the trigger. You know, talk about her brother being 6'8", 6'9". He actually made a few threes out here. Pierce going to drive, kicks it over to Wiggins. Wiggins again driving. Back over to Wharton. Croft's going to shoot.
Nice.
And she drains it. That was a nice shot. 34-35, 1 point game.
Nice stroke.
3 minutes now here in the third. Back to where we started the second half, 1 point game. Crawford. Grandy pulls the trigger and nails it. Every time Independence kind of starts chipping away,
That's exactly
somebody from
right.
Summit fires one up and makes contact.
Gabby
Nice
Wiggins.
drive by Wiggins, too long. Rebound Hicks to Crawford. Crawford pushing the action. She's going to pull up off the back of the rim.
Again,
Rebound Wiggins.
not what you want to see your little guard who's lightning quick. You don't want to see her pull the trigger at the top of the key. Drive in, dish, get your easy bucket.
We saw her hit the one earlier, but, you know, it was off of a set play where she was wide open. Not a bad shot, but, you know, when you come down off transition, especially when, you know, you've got it just hit the big three. Eagles kind of feeling their oats a little bit, cut it to a 1 point game just before that. You want to slow it down, get your offense set, kind of take the air out of everything.
Reagan Croft there with a nice bucket there to pull the Eagles back within 2.
.216 now here in the third, and we've got a pretty good ball game going on. Summit leads by 2.
Tiandra Crawford is a senior for Summit, standing all of 5 foot nothing.
I'm telling you,
And
what
that's
she likes
exactly
up inside,
right.
she makes up more in speed.
She is 5'0".
Wow.
If that.
And I'm telling you, she is a speed demon out there.
I wouldn't want to race her.
No, I'm
Make
not
me
going
look
to.
horrible. I'll pull a muscle just
I do a good
look,
enough.
look at some of these quick kids.
I do a good enough job making myself look bad. I don't need anybody else that's helped me do it. Nice job by Pierce. Read that pass. Tries to kick it around to Wharton, and that's going to go out of bounds off of Corbett. Eagles retain possession. 1:55 now. Here in the third.
Nice inbound.
Yeah, no doubt. That Croft had that
Get it,
definitely, and that was a great job by Wiggins to follow that ball and put it in. Ties the game 38-38, 1:47 here in the third.
Gabby Wiggins with some excellent court awareness there to put that bucket back up in there.
You know,
Put that rebound back up in there.
and we saw in the first half, Katie Pierce was definitely all the offense, and we've seen her kind of go a little bit cold. Wiggins has definitely picked it up along with Croft here in the second half for the Eagles.
Oh, quick whistle on those travel calls. Quick whistle on those travel calls.
I'm still amazed that Eagles right now have 0 team fouls.
Somebody hits the deck, it's one thing. If somebody hits the deck and rolls around, it's one thing. I'll give them that. But if they hit the deck and it's automatic travel, that's where you need to maybe rethink that one. Good takeaway.
No
Good
doubt.
strong move.
Pierce pulls it out over to Wiggins. Esmonds with a nice job, but then, you know, good
Forgot
play
about
there.
the trailer defender.
Yep. And Golden, Headsy sees the ball come her way. Grabs it, takes a shot. She's going to be at the line now with a chance for the Eagles to take the lead. And I don't think they've had the lead since early on in the second quarter. 1:18 now. Golden does it right there. 39-38.
They'll put the point on the board.
Yeah.
Make it official.
It's in our books up here. That's all that matters.
There it goes.
Hicks in the game. Misses the second rebound there. Oh. That was Sadie Bayen.
Good hustle. Independence starting to catch a little fire right now. You wonder if being at home is going to play into that now that the crowd is starting to build up.
Yeah, we see this. You see Crawford, nice position down low off the glass. You said it. This student section is starting to get packed over here.
That's right. See if Independence can get a little bit sassy here coming down the stretch.
Yeah, and they're up by 3 right now. Edmonds not in the game, nor is Colbert.
Coach White sticking with that zone. Sticking with that 1-3-1.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, like a good decision right now. Wharton did a good job of getting into that passing lane, but couldn't keep control of the ball. 46 seconds now. Crawford not happy with what the ref has done. I'm not exactly sure what it was. That was pretty funny.
I wouldn't want her finger wagging in my face.
No, no, sir.
Sure.
No, sir. 37 seconds now. Crawford with the ball. Looks like she's going to hold, try to take some of the air out of this game. Down to 20 now. Independence leads by 3, 15.
If I were Coach Gordon or Goodwin for Summit, I'd clear everybody out and let Crawford go one-on-one and see if they could handle her speed. That's not what you want.
The bank was not open. Rebound by Bayen, and she's not going to make the shot, but that's going to do it here for the third quarter. And what was really good one closed out very well for the Eagles.
People starting to catch fire a little bit more.
Yeah, Summit got a little bit cold there the last 3 minutes. The Eagles take their first lead since early on in the second quarter, and now they are up 41-38. And we're getting a foul shot as Bayen makes the first and the second, and that's going to pull us to a 1-point game. I guess she was fouled there as the clock ran out. 41-40 now. That was rather interesting. I looked up, and all of a sudden we're shooting free throws over there.
I thought she was out there to just practice a little bit.
Yeah.
Didn't know what was going on.
Didn't know we had a technical or something strange happen.
Nevertheless, we're back to a 1-point game here. Last play of the game, Crawford, or last play of the third quarter, Crawford comes down. They set up for her and looks around, launches the long three-point shot.
Yeah, I think, that's honestly what, you're clearing it. I thought she was sitting there waiting, and I saw her do that little pinching move with her hand. I thought maybe she was going to drive, and if someone was there, take it. If not, I thought she was going to kick it. But instead, she took the three-pointer from a good, 3 feet away from the arc.
Yeah, about 35, 40 feet away. Well, we'll see if Coach White's team can pull away a little bit here in the fourth quarter. Do they have enough gas in the tank, or can Summit pull this one out on the opposition's floor?
I tell you, nice job by Crawford. Those 2 free throws are going to go a long way. It's a big difference.
Absolutely.
3 points, 1 point, 3 point, 1 point. Big psychological edge. Doesn't sound like a whole lot. But when you're down by a 1 score or when you're down by a 3-point shot, that's a big deal. 7:40 now, 40 here. Pinning over to Crawford. Forrest going to drive.
No.
Not going to happen. Croft comes away with it.
Got to look up.
Nice
Excellent
pass by
and
way to follow it.
Go.
I tell you, that was a great bounce pass between 2 defenders, and even a better job of following that shot, picking up the rebound and putting it in. 43-40 now. 2 turnovers right now here by Summit to start the fourth quarter, and Eagles able to capitalize on one and now going to the line with the other as Wiggins gets hammered.
Summit kind of confused by this 1-3-1 zone that Independence is throwing at them.
How would you break that, Coach Williams?
Move the basketball.
Okay,
Move
there
the
we
ball.
go. Textbook.
Textbook, that's right. Textbook. Follow the textbook. I tell you, I know I've been harping on Crawford all night long, but if I'm Coach Goodwin, I'm telling her to drive that lane, get in those lanes, dish, and get easy buckets. She's too fast for anybody to handle.
I wouldn't say so much it's out of bounds there by Hicks. I wouldn't really categorize it as harping on her because, I mean, in between the half and before the game, we were talking about what a good player she is, and we definitely see it tonight. It's like, I feel like she's not being utilized. Nice shot by Wiggins. So I think, you want to see her utilized the right way, and especially if Independence is going to get hot like that and hit some threes from the outside.
Well, and she's not utilizing herself the right way.
Yeah.
She's a driver, she's a disher. She's not necessarily a long three-point shooter, which is what she's settled in to be tonight. Great open look there by Gabby Wiggins to stretch the lead to 46-40 with 6:47 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Great facility here.
No doubt, it's a beautiful place. One of the newer additions here. Both these teams are the newer additions. You talk about Summit.
Absolutely.
And the first Summit basketball game went to, they gave out little orange basketballs, and some questionable calls started happening from the referees.
Oh, is that right?
You can imagine what happened with those little balls in the student section.
Yep. They have a tendency to make it back out on the floor.
Yeah, and I think probably 90% of the 500 that were handed out made it back on the floor.
Not that we're condoning that.
Yeah, no, we're not. Although I did laugh. There we see Coach White. 6:47 now. Eagles lead by 6, largest lead of the game. Crawford's going to drive off the glass. Can't make it, but that's going to put her to the line, and that's exactly what they need to do.
Coach White goes back to her man-to-man defense there on that.
Yeah, that is interesting. Think about that. Having a lot of success with that zone. Go back to the one man-to-man, and you see Crawford drive. Misses the first. 6:39 now. Summit has led most of the game. Now finds himself down by 6. Crawford makes the second, make it down by 5. Crawford's going to inbound. We see a press now.
Got to look.
Wiggins looked like she had a running start there if Wharton would have seen her. Pierce over to Croft. Croft back to Wharton. Wiggins over to Croft. Lots of ball movement here.
Yeah, Independence content to run their offense.
Why not? You got a 5-point lead with 6 minutes remaining. No shot clock here in high school basketball.
Nurse that clock. Little step back. Nice.
Nice shot. And there you get it. You run your offense, run your progressions, get your open shot, run a good, 30, 40 seconds off the clock.
Absolutely.
Go up by 7.
Smart basketball. Back to their zone now.
And that's not smart basketball right there. Got a little reach in on Wharton.
Avery Wharton.
Although I will say
gotta play with your feet.
It's not necessarily that big of a deal with the fact that was really only their 3rd team foul. And you look conversely on the other side of it, every time Summit fouls now, they've got their 7. They're going to be Eagles are going to be shooting 1-1.
Tough to hang. And now, if she nails that,
Forrest hits it. Wow.
That's your offense right there.
I believe that's her 3rd 3 of this half. I'm not sure of the. I know this 3rd of this half. And you said it. You saw them clear out.
Drive and dish.
Corbett even moved to the opposite side of Crawford on the baseline, allowed her to drive in, and you see why Forrest is in the game. She can hit the 3. 5-12 now. Nice spin move by Pierce. Backs it out smartly. Wiggins. 5 minutes now. Galden loses it, but Pierce comes away with it. Pierce going to put it in, and the foul.
And the one.
50-44, 4:54 remaining, and Pierce goes to the line to try to make it a 7-point game, extend this lead even more.
Splash. Nice job.
That was a nice shot. 51-44. We've got play stoppages. We're going to have a substitution as Shelby Penning's going to come in the game for Esmond.
Good fight in Independence tonight.
And no doubt they were, down as much as 5 several times. Crawford going to let it roll across midcourt over to Penning. I kind of think who I'd want in the game right now is I'd want Penning in that game. She's hit a couple of threes along with Esmond, Penning,
Call the reach in
Forrest.
on that.
That's the 4th team foul. Still got 2 to give. Forrest with the ball. Over to Crawford. Nice job. Yeah, that was a great job by Escobar. We saw her just sitting back there.
Can afford to milk this clock a little bit now.
And you see him doing it.
Summit might want to come out and offer some pressure on the ball instead of hanging back like that. Easy does it.
Four minutes now remaining here in the 4th.
Still want to get up and pressure the ball.
Don't want to be overly aggressive. Just like that, make them pass, do something. Pierce going to fire,
tray.
and she makes it. Initially, I'm thinking you don't want that shot, but if you're going to make it, it's a great one to
Might
take.
as well.
10-point game, largest lead for either team now, 3:35. Hicks will fire off the mark, rebound Penning. Penning to Crawford. Crawford over to Forrest. Forrest drives, back cross court to Hicks. Hicks drives to Penning. Summit a little out of control. Turnover, Wiggins. Wiggins stops, pulls up off the glass, can't make it happen. Summit comes away with it. Penning does a nice job of tracking it down.
Not so bad, not such a bad play though, because you still took off about 20 seconds from the clock right there.
Yeah, you're under 3 minutes now. Hicks fires too long. That's going to be off of Pierce. Summit will retain possession. 2:54 now remaining here in the ball game. Eagles have the possession arrow. They're in the 1-and-1. Up by 10 with 3 minutes.
Tough to come back from 10-point deficit, 3 minutes to go at this level.
And everything else is stacked in their deck, if you'd like a copy of tonight's game or any other fine programs that you see here on WCTV, you can give us a call at 615-472-4032. $10 a copy. Check out our website at www.wc-tv.net. You can also check us out on YouTube. Get lots of cool things. Creed, big man down there running everything, sends me emails every week. And one of the things that I get in that email is a link to the coaches show. To check that out, Coach Jack Daniels, the athletic director here for Williamson County. He does a great job. We saw Coach White and Coach Goodwin, and they talked a little about the game before. Great way to get some information. We also want to thank Lance down there helping Creed out, Melita, and Luke up top here. Doing a good job on the cameras. 2:54 now remaining here in the 4th. Summit with the ball, down by 10. Crawford.
Not an insurmountable lead at this particular time, but pretty big challenge for Summit.
They got some good things happen, like that's got to go in. And that's going to be over the back on Corbett. That's going to be the 9th team foul. One away from shooting 2, but right now they'll take the 1-and-1. We see Ashton Arnold now check into the game for Shelby Penning. You know, Coach Goodwin, his wife is actually the coach, the ladies coach at Franklin High School. And they played twice this year. And it's kind of interesting. One of the things I was watching on the coaches show with Coach Jack Daniels last week. And he asked his wife for some tape. And his wife wouldn't give it to him right away. She made him wait a couple of days. That was pretty funny. 2:20 now. Independence extends their lead up by 12. Lane comes out. Grandy comes in.
A lot of great coaches in our county.
We do have some Devils people that have some tenure here, but we also got a lot of young ones this year. We see the battle between two.
Absolutely.
But I think both these teams, you know, both these coaches, Coach Goodwin and Coach White, showing a lot of promise here tonight. Both these ladies fought hard. Two young squads, even though it looks like the Eagles are going to come away with the win tonight. Seen a lot of good things from Summit. A lot of ladies scoring tonight, not just, you know, one or two people. Played some good defense. That last couple minutes, Pierce under the rim.
Call the travel on that.
Yep. 1:55 now. Eagles still lead by 12. Crawford with the ball across midcourt. She's going to drive, running floater off the glass, not going to find the mark. We're going to have
another. Well,
I was thinking jump ball, but not happening. And that is going to be on Croft. And that is the 10th team foul. So Escobar will shoot two.
Sydney Escobar. Great name.
Misses the second. Rebound Corbett. Over to Crawford. 1:40 now here remaining. A lot of ball movement here. Rapid fire action, but somebody's going to have to take a shot. 1:30 now. Nice job by Wiggins trying to make something happen. Forrest comes away with it. And she's going to go to the line. 1:23 here in the fourth. Pretty good defense there by the Eagles in that man-to-man in that last little exchange.
Coach White changing up defenses as the game has progressed. She's gone. We've seen the 2-3. We've seen the 1-3-1. We've seen her go into the man. It's kind of confusing for this Summit squad. As a result, I think Independence is taking a number of turnovers out of this. And fortunately for them, they've been able to convert those turnovers into buckets, which has caused them to extend this lead here.
Yep.
They've kind of exploded here in the fourth quarter.
Been doing a good job making free throws, and you see Katie Pierce cut to the basket. Didn't run a whole lot of time off the clock, but makes it a 13-point game. Rebound there by Arnold. Arnold thought she was going to pull it. Grandy down low to Corbett. Corbett puts it in, but that's not going to count. Foul on the floor. That is the 17th foul now for the Eagles. And Corbett will go to the line for 1-and-1.
Coach White has a great deal to work with these independent squad, with her independent squad over the next couple of years. I count 3 seniors on this team.
Yeah, and only one of them starting, Escobar. When you look on here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 freshmen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sophomores, and the rest juniors. That's a heck of a deal.
And that's nice for a coach, too, because you come back in next season and we don't have to reteach.
And you look at it also on the other side, 5 freshmen for Summit, 7 sophomores, 2 juniors, 2 seniors, and that's going to do it here for our WCT Game of the Week, where the Lady Eagles are going to defeat the Lady Spartans 59-46, which was really a much closer game than it ended up being. You know, coming into the fourth quarter, you look at it, Mike, Summit was actually leading by 1. And, excuse me, they were leading by, they were down by 1. And just kind of an offensive explosion there by the Lady Eagles. Mike, your closing thoughts?
Again, Coach White for Independence changing up defenses. Like I said before, going into the 2-3, the 1-3-1. The man, I think she even played a little boxing one there, throwing some bizarre defenses, well, not bizarre, but different defenses at Summit, and getting a number of turnovers out of those defenses and converting those turnovers into baskets.
Well, you hear the men coming out of this place is getting loud. Well, we'll be back with this second half of our doubleheader here, where the men will take on each other. And stay tuned for Pets of the Week. I'm Matt Hill along with Mike Williams. We'll be right back after this.